Hey, it's me, Silverwork. How's it going? I hope your Friday was good. And that Saturday is being good as well. And if you're not watching this on any of these days, or like, I don't even know, yeah, just I hope you're well. Uh, I just film these vlogs on specific days, so yeah, that's why I mentioned the day of the week. Yeah, I'm feeling that feeling of when I went to therapy, and it wasn't a very good therapist, but it was all I had until I said enough is enough. And I would go there and I would not want to be there. But then, well, I just sat there for 1 hour listening to this person talk and just giving feedback every now and then just to show that I was listening. Uh, Basically, it felt like I was the one doing the appointment, like I was a therapist. I was just not really talking. And yeah, I have that feeling of yeah, not not feeling it. It's been tough. It's been tough lately. This is actually purple, not blue. Though the viewfinder shows it's blue, I think this light shows it purple. Let's see. Oof. It's actually it's just the quality just goes to hell. The quality is already not the best, so yeah, it's purple. Just trust me, I guess. This light is not very good. That's what you get when you broke. But it's purple. I don't know why the viewfinder is showing it as blue, but the blue one got really dirty when I was making this coffee. And I keep forgetting that this cup is smaller than the other ones, so there was too much water inside the mocha pot, the coffee maker, and yeah, I kind of overfilled it. So when I went to pick it up, it spilled. I kind of burnt my finger. It was nothing. Yeah, it's fine. But I was annoyed, so I made another one, and I just washed the other one, and it's currently drying. I've also showered since the chocolate on the face incident. Oh, this side, I don't even know where it was. I absolutely did not notice when I turned on the camera. I did not notice when I was adding the music. I just noticed when I went to find something to put in the thumbnail of the gameplay video. That's when I noticed that there was something on my face. Literally, I did not notice at all. I just showered and it was gone. And then I saw that and was like, oh, maybe it fell before I showered. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Probably it fell before I showered, since I went to have dinner and it wasn't there anymore. So it wasn't there anymore. More like nobody said anything, and if there had been something there, I'm sure that they would have commented on it. That's what I mean. I'm sorry, my mind is not the best. Yeah. It's been a rough life. But lately it's been rougher, I guess. I guess is what I want to say. Because of the frustration of not being able to find a job, and the frustration of not being able to publish the translations that I was asked to do. And then suddenly I get that email with the information that it would be the last lesson of one of my favorite professors, who was my supervisor, and it was actually the one professor I was going to see when I sliced my hand while washing up the dishes. Again, that was nothing. I mean, it was something, 2 stitches, but I was able to walk to the nearest healthcare center. Like, I live in a rural context in the mountains, and I was able to walk up there with a dishcloth in my hand, and yeah, it was fine. I've talked about this before. It was fine. It was just I was washing up, the glass broke, and it like pierced into here. There's a scar. There's a scar. Is it visible? Yeah. It was really small. I swear, when it happened, my first thought, and again I've said this before, my memory is not that bad, I said it before, my thoughts went to, oh my god, did I sever a tendon? But then I moved my hand like this, I could see everything inside, and I could, so I was like, okay, it's fine. With a sliced hand, I was like, it's fine. But then I was looking at it and was like, yeah, this needs stitches. But I didn't want to call an ambulance for that, and I knew that in these like small healthcare hubs in rural contexts, they have nurses and they have usually one doctor. So I called and asked if they could quickly stitch my hand. The person who took my call was very shocked by the request and said, sure, come. And then I did, and yeah, she was like, you walked? And I was like, yes, I walked. And she was like, okay, you sit there, and you'll be called in a second. And I kept just looking at the time because I had to meet this professor whose last lesson I went to on Thursday. Because we had an appointment, and I didn't want to say I couldn't go. So I was just like, please make it quick, so they stitched me up. They were like, I was like, is it done? Is that it? And they were like, yeah, just come in next week to remove the stitches. And I was like, sure. and I just ran to the train station. Whack, you know, whack, whack. And yeah, when I got that message, I was just all the good professors are retiring, and you know, with my issues change and seeing things end really it gets me. It does. Especially because this was one of my supervisors. I didn't see the other one. But she was also there. And I haven't replied to her email yet. I haven't even read it yet because I just did. I couldn't do it because I'm still, still processing this. I guess I'm still processing this. And yeah, I went there after debating if I should go or not. Like, I really wanted to do something. Like I said, I wanted to know how to play the guitar so that I could just play some music. Some Bob Dylan. But I can't, so I didn't do that. And I was just sat there, and I didn't know anyone aside from the professors, the other ones. And then someone showed up with flowers, which is something that they do when, they sing off a professor who's been teaching for a very long time. And this one had been teaching there for 40 years. So, yeah. This person came in with flowers and was very nervous, like, oh, wants to hand the flowers. Oh no, I can't. And I was just like, you got the flowers, hand him the flowers. And she was like, oh, but it should be an old student. And I kept looking around, and there was no other older student aside from me. And since I wanted to do something, and I couldn't do what I know would have been more fun, I just stepped forward and said, I can do it. I can give him the flowers. So I did. I spent the whole thing crying on and off. And I could tell that he was also holding back. Yeah. Oof. And I've been talking for almost 15 minutes already. I guess I really needed this. And I just don't want to be crying on the internet, because the internet is not compassionate for the most part, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. In real life, when someone is crying, people go like, oh, there, don't cry, and go like, emotions in public, because that's not allowed, and I know that from life. and on the internet people are just mean to your face because they're not seeing your face, you know. And yeah, I was just very vulnerable, but I felt like I needed to go, and I was glad I did because there was no other student there. Like, there were some mentions of people who had messaged the professor and other professors saying that they couldn't come because they were not close enough. And yeah, I think I was probably the only one who was close enough and would want to be there, I guess. I don't know. I feel like he was kind of misunderstood by some of my colleagues because it was kind of you know, an academic kind of whack, you know, like I am, kind of whack. That's probably why we got along so well when a lot of people complained about him and his antics. He was always respectful, always humble. He knew so many things. His memory is amazing, and yeah, I I really hope that I can make him and all the other professors who believed in me proud. Right now, I've just been frustrated because I can't do anything, no matter how hard I try. Yeah. And afterwards, one of my other professors, who will still be there since she's still young, saw my state and just said, like, "Oh, you wanna come and have lunch with us? It's just going to be professors, but yeah, you're my guest." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, okay." Basically, the professors took care of me. Like a kindergartner. Yeah. But I'm glad I went. Even though I can't play the guitar and couldn't do anything like that, it was still very good. It was still very good. Yeah. Guess that's the story of that. On that day, I did a voiceover while I was whittling, like the whittling video that was already filmed, where I talked about the breakdown that I had, which led to a very intense age regression episode, which was temporary. I'm fully aware of time and space now, like the very same day. It lasted maybe half an hour or something. But yeah, it was scary, and then I remembered uh, bits of what I'd been doing during that time, and it was just very weird because it felt like being yanked to the past and then yanked back to the future. Back to the future. Yeah. That's probably why I feel so about making a kink out of this, since, yeah, it's, I know it's, even in kink contexts, it's a coping thing sometimes. Pardon, maybe most of the times, I don't know. But yeah, it's, for me, it's really not. It's really not. It could never be. I find it. It was disturbing, obviously, and yeah, I felt very scared and lost. Yeah. I'm glad I just did the voiceover of that. And I'm just now mentioning it as like a sort of, vlog. It's part of the vlog, since yeah, I wrote in one of the descriptions that I would elaborate more on Saturday, since I do vlogs Tuesday, Thursday, and the weekends, like both days of the weekend, and then on the other days I've been posting random gameplays and random short videos of me playing the recorder. Yeah, because I kind of want to be around, It's not that I don't have anyone to talk, it's that I don't want to worry anyone to the point where they would feel like an intervention is needed, which it isn't. Like, I'm not a danger to myself or others. Even when the regression thing happened, I was not a danger to myself or anyone. I was just very confused and lost and scared. And yeah, I was looking for things that weren't there. Yeah. Because I was pulled to a specific day. Yeah, someone said that it's brave to do these kind of personal vlogs. Yeah, I don't want to go into specifics. This is personal, yes, it's true. It's true that this is personal. I just don't want it to be extremely personal, because, the internet is, like that nice person said, the internet is full of weirdos and people who want to just point and laugh at you. But not everyone is like that, obviously. Thankfully, the world isn't full of bad people. The world isn't cruel. Humans aren't cruel. It's just that malice and hate and mean things are louder than the good. And there's a lot of good. People who only know me from the internet wouldn't believe when I say that this is what I believe. But it is. And people who know me in real life know that. I have anger management issues, which may make it seem like I am pessimistic and only see the negative. But that isn't me. Like, that's not my personality. Like, that one person was all in my face. Like, oh, I was gonna watch and then saw the bio and snowflake. And I'm like, yeah, I'm judging you as well. Yeah, like I went and rewrote the bio because I didn't want to trigger the right-wing snowflakes, the woke snowflakes from the right. Because it's funny that they call people who are left-leaning woke, while at the same time calling left-leaning people sheep. So, who's the one who thinks they're woke? I don't think I'm woke. I think I'm asleep. For the most part, there are too many causes. There are too many things. I have too many things to worry about. When I wrote that bio, I was not feeling well. So it emphasized that too much. But that's not my personality. And yeah. I'm glad I went on this tangent because, you know, anger kinda grounds me. And I didn't want to make a big deal out of that because I don't want to stir up drama. And this really is just me emphasizing that I don't care. The bio was written on a day I did care, but I have other problems, and pronouns are just this, believe it or not. Like, when it's on purpose, and depending on the context, I'm just like, yeah, we're not gonna talk anymore. But overall, I just couldn't care. I may even rewrite my bio before posting this, just to make a point. but I'm tired. I guess that's it. I'm tired. It's too much piling up, and then the professor thing. Like, I couldn't speak much. I was very nonverbal. Yeah, that was a whole thing. But I'm glad I went. I really am. I wish I could come here with good news and chill vibes, but right now it's kinda hard to do that, and I'm sorry. Because I know that some people came here and found that these videos were chill, and I want to be chill, and I think I am, but I'm not made of steel. Even though I'm silver. I'm human, and I guess that's the thing that bothered me the most. That's your whole personality. Yeah, I felt like my humanity was being stripped away from me, which is something that has happened to me my whole life. It was always this, that, and the other, never just a person, never just human. I wish I had a full tale to share, just so this isn't just bad vibes. Let me think of if I can come up with something. Okay, I'm gonna finish the coffee. Do the breathing, and then I'll read a folk tale from, where is it from? From India. I forgot about this tale. It's one of those that you just tell kids, it's one of those origin tales, and I hope that this balances out the overall vibe of this vlog, and I'm sorry it got heavy. Okay. Now. Okay. Let's breathe. And then let's do the 478.
Relax and get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on your breathing. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. 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 Well done.
Sorry. Oh dearie. Let's hope that the story isn't too long. I mean, it's not too long. I just found one that's already translated, and I'll link it. It's in a compilation. So this is a story called Why the Sky is So High, a folktale from Bengal, India, retold by Rohini Chowdhury. I'm butchering that name, I'm sorry. But yeah. So, once upon a time, a long time ago, the sky was low. And if you stood on a stool and stretched your hands up as high as possible, you could touch the sky. Back then, in the horizon, where the sky was always low, especially low, there was a village, and in that village, in a little mud hut with a thatched roof, lived a bent old woman. This hunchback woman, I'm not sure if that word is allowed, but yeah, bent doesn't sound good either. Side note, was the oldest woman in the village. Probably the oldest woman in the world. She was so old that she no longer remembered any other way of existing. She lived alone in a little hut, and she had no friends or family left in the world. She had nowhere to go and nobody to talk to. So every day, all day, she would potter around a hut. She would start by cleaning one corner, then dusting another, then scrubbing a bit of the ground, and then sweeping another bit around the hut. This old woman didn't think of anything else anymore, aside from different ways of sweeping and sweeping and sweeping and scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing the little mud hut she lived in. Until one hot summer, the land was so dry it crackled. There was dust all around. The trees were full of dust. The roofs of the huts and houses were full of dust. People's throats and eyes were full of dust, and the air was just dust and dust and dust all around, a cloud of dust. All over the village, people were coughing and sneezing and choking with all the dust. And even the sky was not spared, since it was so close to the ground that the slightest breeze would set the dust flying about, and the sky would cough because of it. The old woman's hut was also covered in dust, and the old woman swept and swept and swept with the broom. She swept the inside of the hut and the outside, and around, and the front, and the back. Everywhere she kept sweeping and sweeping and sweeping, but the dust rose all around her in great brown clouds. The more she swept and piled and plied a broom, the more the dust rose from the dry, thirsty earth from that hot summer. The poor sky started to choke with all the dust that this hunchback old woman raised with a broom. The dust got into its throat and tickled its nose and made it sneeze, a great big sneeze that shook the world with its thunder. People covered their heads and ran indoors in fright, but the old woman barely noticed. She kept on sweeping with the broom. The sky sneezed again, and the dust was becoming unbearable. The dust got into the sky's eyes and made them water, so that great heavy drops of rain began falling into the dry dust below, and the parched earth was moist once again. The old woman barely noticed until finally a big raindrop fell right on the patch she had just swept. The old woman glared at the sky and scrubbed this splodgy raindrop away. But then another raindrop fell, and another one, until she had swept and scrubbed the front steps that were full of raindrops. This was more than this old woman could handle. She stood up as straight as she could, with her hunchback, and shook her fist at the sky, yelling at it to stop raining on her nice clean front step. She cursed the sky and threatened it, but the poor sky couldn't stop raining. Its eyes were still so full of dust with all the sweeping she had been doing. And at last the old woman was so angry that she picked up her broom and whacked the sky with it. And then the sky gave another great sneeze and jumped out of her way. But this old woman kept whacking it with the broom again and again and again and again and again and again and again, until finally the sky couldn't take the beating no longer, and the dust. The old woman was cursing, and especially the broom, whacking it again and again and again. Sneezing and coughing, thundering and raining, the sky flew up and beyond. all human reach. Especially the reach of this angry old woman's room. And the sky swore never to come closer to the earth again. And that is the story of why the sky is so high. And even on the horizon, where it seems to be touching the earth, it really isn't any longer. The end. Oh, I miss this. Oh, I miss this. I miss this. I miss this. I kind of reworded some of it so that it wouldn't be the exact same, like when you ask to copy your friend's homework and they say, oh, don't make it too obvious. But I'll link the page. It has more stories. Yeah. You know what? I'll let this reach 47 minutes. Even though that's a long video and most channels don't do that, but this is the whack channel. I do not whack the sky with my broom. But yeah, I hope you like the story. And I hope that the vibes were balanced out in the end. And yeah, that's been it. That's been all. It's been enough. Thank you for watching. I hope you're well. Stay well. All the best. And I will be back. That's it. Threat. Bye bye. Don't try to touch the sky.